Today's the day, everybody. It's the day of celebration. Because even though we're not gonna end up bumping up to an entire new tier of ebony gear, I've been busy working on our smith. Okay, you can stop now. You can stop. Thank you very much. How y'all doing today, folks? My name's Scythe, and we are back again with some more Skyrim Special Edition. So, pretty much what I've been doing, everybody, this is what smithing is in this game, is, I buy all the iron from her, I go indoors, and I buy all the iron from him. Then I go to my map, and I go all the way down to Riften, buy all the iron from that smith. Then I come back, rinse and repeat for like an hour straight, and then we end up having a ton of iron and just go and using the building materials, because it seems like even though grinding up gear is supposed to scale, generally speaking, we usually get a level into our smithing by using about 30 plus of iron. So that's actually not too bad. Now, while this may seem like a little bit of a cheaty method, the fact of the matter is that grinding it any other way is extremely expensive and takes like a million zillion years. So this is very similar to what the old method used to be, because at the beginning of the game, when Skyrim ended up launching, there was a bug, if you could call it that, where you could just keep crafting iron daggers over and over, and it would just give you the same amount of experience no matter what level, and it wouldn't actually scale. So you could actually get to max smithing right away. Now that ended up getting patched very early, but still was around long enough for me to end up taking advantage of it. So needless to say, all of that iron bumped us up. We got a whole other level, and I want to show you this because I've been working on our stamina. We got 250 health, which is okay. I would actually like to get that to 300, but we'll go for 150 of our stamina before we end up doing that. But I made sure to save some of my perks so that now, let me turn my own music down because that was insane. We can actually bump ourselves up to ebony and Stalgrim, which we're not necessarily going to actually have Stalgrim armor, because in order to craft that, we have to go into the Dragonborn DLC, complete a couple quests so that we can actually learn how to forge it, because it's a very special iron that only a few smiths in this world know how to farm, or not farm, but how to actually work with, right? So we can at least get this one perk and get ourselves crystalline, ebony, and Stalgrim. And then the next one after that is already going to be Daedric and Dragonbone, and that is one of the easiest ones to ever get in the entire game, because dragon bones are very easy to come by. Now, Daedric, I think Daedric might actually be stronger than the dragon armor, and it especially looks cooler, that's for sure. But the fact of the matter is that, yeah, it's going to take us a while before we actually get there. Now, I want to take a look at the crafting materials, but I don't think we're going to be able to afford this, because we only have 9 ebony ingots through everything that we've ever done. So this would be 5. Let's see, what would the great sword be? 5 again, so that's already 10. 11, 12, 13. Where's the rest of the armor? Oh, I skipped over it all. 14, 15. 16, 17, 18. Was that already the full suit? I think that's it. Yeah, I think we needed 18. 19, 20, 21. Maybe I didn't count the helmet. But let's say 18, 21. We could at least give ourselves a new beautiful sword. I'm down for more damage, that's for sure. And then we can use the extra ebony to actually forge our weapon up, because otherwise, what's the damage that we got on this one right now? 48. That's actually fantastic for a weapon. I really, actually, what was that? Was that leather? Sorry, folks, I didn't keep track of that. But I don't know if, like, that would be really ridiculous if we ended up... Where'd she go? She go inside? Yes, she did. That'd be really ridiculous if the ebony sword wasn't as strong as the Skyforged one, like seriously. That, or we could bump our armor up, which is definitely gonna be really worth it. I mean, the biggest thing is are we killing enough or are we dying too fast? Like, that's the real thing. But I just, generally speaking, like to have more damage. Now, that said, even though we could end up going for this, honestly speaking, I'm thinking that we should actually lean towards the armor rather than, and maybe just skip our sword up to the dragon armor, or dragon sword, because even though this is beautifully powerful, it's not really one of my favorite looking swords. Doesn't really look that great. But the dude inside was only selling us dwarven, so we're definitely, like, we're 2 tiers ahead of the game as far as our own personal gear is concerned. At least we should be able to get ourselves the booties? Yeah, we gotta get the boots, because then we'll at least end up matching, right? Yeah, I don't think we can re-equip our friend right there either, though. Let's bump up. Oh, we are looking beautiful. That was definitely worth it. Yeah, now all we need is the gauntlets and then the hat. Now, I want to take a peek. Oh, we actually can forge this. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Or this one, which bumps up kind of a little bit, but this. Oh, that's insane, man. We're so powerful. By the way, folks, we ended up getting the Dawnbreaker very recently, and although it is a very beautiful weapon, to be sure, somebody suggested that I would do this, and I thought, why not? Achoo! Oh, come on. Seriously? How's about now? Seriously? What's with this sword, man? Let's just throw it off ourselves. Ha! Goodbye, Dawnbreaker! I'll never see you again. We'll remember that it's down there, right? It's not like we need it. We're not gonna use it. It really is too bad it didn't rocket into outer space. Man alive, it's misty down here. I mean, I guess that makes sense because we're kind of near the... Are we near the coast? I don't even know. But either way, this is where we actually were, folks, was... Let me get this fast travel point because that'll be a lot more convenient, actually. But we are going to find Esburn. And that was the main thing that we were supposed to be doing today because last episode we ended right here. Sorry that it took a little while to actually get to this point, but I wanted to get ourselves this beautiful ebony armor. And generally speaking, lately we've been spending a lot of time in interiors, and that, okay, we're playing soccer now, and that's one thing that I've kind of been noticing, which is a bit unfortunate. Okay, die, and then also, oh, he's dead already. What about this guy that's wearing a skirt? Die. Too bad we didn't have a mace. That would look very, very beautiful. But one thing that I have been noticing a lot lately, even though I absolutely love this game, don't get me wrong. But the fact of the matter is, oh yeah, this place is like a maze, this sucks. That unfortunately, a lot of the game is spent in interiors. Now, that's disappointing because of how beautiful the outer world is. And that's one thing that I've been kind of noticing. Okay, that was easy, even though we didn't disarm the trap for some reason, is Draugr. That's actually one of the things that ended up becoming a meme with this game, was the fact that you spend like, my leg, oh, my chest. You end up spending so much of your time. He had baked potatoes. Why is he fighting his, whoa, unarmed skills? He was a boxer. All right, take that, Rocky. What was that sound? Are you guys fighting back there? Probably. I think I saw a rat back there that they're not killing. Where's Esburn? But needless to say, that's one of the reasons I want to start rushing the main quest. Oh yeah, this spot is so beautiful, dude. Like seriously, look at this right here. Really reminds me of the old game called Rune, which I did a series of that with my brother. Another game from my childhood that I loved. Low life. Okay. Can we do Fushroda? Okay. I love when the buttons just don't work. Like seriously. Oh, here we go. So this is all we gotta do, right? Is just go down here? No, wait a minute. No! Okay, search the Ratway for Esbern's hideout, and for some reason it's pointing us into the Thieves Guild. Now, this is actually very beautiful. Like, look at this. I really, really hope that they step up the production a little bit as far as the gameplay is concerned with the next Elder Scrolls, because how cool would this be if this arena, like this right here, was like a boss arena, and we ended up fighting like some Hydra monster or a giant octopus or something, you know? That would be so cool. Now, this person right here is actually the NPC, okay. that changes the way that our face looks. I don't care. I don't want to change my face. It's beautiful the way that it is, okay? Now you, over here, I know that you're gonna try and force me into the Thieves Guild, but I'm looking for an old guy hiding somewhere out here. Can I persuade you? Okay, I can't persuade you. What if I do it again, and then I guess we could brawl with him? All right, bring it. Dude, you don't even know who I am. Look how fast I am with my right hooks. Like, seriously? Bring it on. What if we do a 1, 2, 3? Yeah, bring it. I think we're about to die, though. We gotta be very, very careful here because as we're... Can you please back down? Seriously, man, get out of my face. But if we don't end up, like, if we spend all of our stamina... At least I think that's how it works, right? Or is that how the old, like, Oblivion and stuff work? When you get your stamina too low, that's when they end up knocking you on the ground with the fist. Maybe that was a thing in Oblivion or Morrowind, I think, was that the fist would actually directly go to stamina damage, right? Or in Morrowind, it was fatigue. Get out of here, you. Seriously, you can't best me. I'm the fist monster. Like, seriously. Die. Yeah, I won to you fair and square just by being stronger than you. Okay, there we go. So he's finally over here, and unfortunately, they ended up unequipping our beautiful sword for us automatically, which is nice. The Thieves' armor looks beautiful, by the way. Oh, and I also wanted to kind of just mention in passing, die, you fool! That blocks against a dragon shout! Seriously? Stop slowing me down! Thank you for killing him from behind, I appreciate it. Like, seriously. But yeah, I've been getting lots of people that, well, not really that many people that have kind of been mentioning about mods and how it's kind of a little bit cheaty or making the game like too easy and stuff like that. Now, don't kid yourselves, folks. Skyrim is an extremely easy game. It is not hard in any way, shape, or form. Even if you crank up the difficulty, all it really does is takes more time to complete a battle. It doesn't necessarily make the game harder just because of the parameters of how the game is actually coded. And as far as all the mods are concerned, the ones that I've been actually using, if the music ever shuts up, hello Esburn, you old freak, is that the mods that I'm using just kind of improve the gameplay and make the game play faster than it normally would. That's the big thing about it, right? Did we actually persuade him, or did we? Oh, there we go. We actually did. Okay. But that's the thing, is these are kind of like ease of life mods, right? That's the biggest ones that I keep installing. And not to mention, for those that are just tuning into the series, like I said, I've put thousands of hours into Skyrim. The mods make it fresh, because otherwise I really could care less about playing through the vanilla game again. I already could have made a vanilla series a million zillion years ago, and honestly speaking, there's already tons and tons of other YouTubers out there, very big channels that are touching and dealing with this game that don't use mods, and it's just kind of like what separates me from them, but at the same time also just because I've played through this game so many times, I have played on harder difficulties, and I know that it's difficult to say the least, but all you really end up having to do is either go with an axe if you're a melee character, or just go for magic, because that makes the game like easy mode, right? Now this old dude, Esburn, is related to the Blades. I think he's like, okay, what's with you? Is he like the leader of the Blades or something like that? Honestly speaking, when it comes to these specific characters, oh man, I always get lost in this place. Hello? Oh, you're gonna kill me, are you? Oh no, the ice is in my stomach. Stupid prisoner. He's a chef. Well, for some reason, there's like a whole bunch of crazy characters out here. Okay, how you deal with that one, you weird freaks? This storm atronach is really causing me some trouble. Also, I know that we haven't ended up going into our werewolf form for like a million zillion years as well, folks. I am well aware of that. I definitely want to start doing that a little bit more often. Somebody's actually a master wizard in here. I think Lydia died because our character and his hood to boot. Yep, Lydia died. Did Lydia die? Or was that one of the characters? Yep, Lydia's dead. Oh well, that's okay. Ooh, we're not gonna be able to carry this full suit, are we? Oh man, really? Well, you know what? Maybe we'll be able to put it on our other character. I honestly could care less. That's just what kind of ends up happening in this game, folks. Like, it's no surprise to me. That's why I'm kind of very calm about it, is the fact that the way that this game ends up working, which is very, very annoying, is... Okay, thanks for being a jerk. Oh, we got all these iron fittings and they're actually 1 weight each, that's why. Well, I'm just gonna dump those and we can just leave that sword on the ground anyways. But yeah, needless to say, get out of the way, old man. The biggest reason that I'm not really overwhelmed by the fact that Lydia died is because the way that this game ends up working is the only way that you can actually have a party member die, because normally they just go to a knockdown state, right? But if you... What is with our screen? I guess that must be Berserk wearing out. If you end up doing the finishing blow on the character, then they can end up dead. Now, it's disappointing that she's dead because it really is going to make our life a lot harder somewhere down the road. But honestly, whatever, who cares? You know, she got in the way, it was her own fault. Excuse me? Who are you? Like, seriously? What's with these random dudes? Oh, hello. Is that part of the Dark Brotherhood or something like that? But anyways, yeah, this place is really gross and uggles, so I'm just gonna get out of here. Definitely one of the more annoying dungeons, especially just the fact that we kind of have to fight our way out rather than just getting a nice fancy shortcut. We did get that bridge back there, but yeah, it doesn't really add up. Not to mention the darkness. That's one thing that's just really becoming a problem lately. Why are there random vampires in town? Like, seriously? Is it the Dawn Guard really trying to invade our space? Like, what is happening? That seriously took me way too long to get out of that place. Like, that was insane. Oh man, Riverwood, so beautiful. I really wish that we could spend a little bit more time outdoors doing the adventuring out here rather than going into dungeons and stuff. Okay, looks like this is what we're fighting today. He looks red. Hey, that's one of the very dragons. The very dragon mod that we've got that changes the dragons so that they look a little bit more unique. Oh man, does he look good. Oh, I want to see what he looks like. Please land. Land. That's not him landing, that's him staying up there, but man, he looks so cool. Dude, he looks like an actual Drake. He's all glitched out though. I'm gonna wait for him to land though, because otherwise this is like a carnival ride. There he goes, perched on the tower again. Please land. Oh, look, he's got weird sand breath or something. Dude, that's, oh, because he's a plague dragon. Yeah, look at that. That's actually a new fire effect too. Well, fire, you know what I mean. That's insane, dude. I really wish that he would actually land though. There you go. All right, time to go down, Buster. Yes, finishing move, but it's all weird. The camera's glitching out. Oh man, I love looking at my character's chest when it's dying. Oh look, the skeleton of the dragon is actually bigger than this very dragon's model, but still, that is absolutely beautiful. So we should have actually gotten, well, we got some money out of it at least, but most of all, we ended up getting the dragon soul, and we also need to play a song, because otherwise, unfortunately, folks, I'm noticing that we ended up getting on time today very, very quickly, just because of all the stuff that I had to do off camera, you know, going through the dungeon and stuff like that. But anyways, haha. Dearest dragon, you were beautiful. Seriously, that was the most epic dragon I've ever seen. We ended up losing Lydia today, but that's okay because I have a girlfriend in real life, so I don't care about game characters. The end. Thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you have a fantastic day. Next episode, we're going to talk to Esburn over there and progress the main quest a little bit more. As I said earlier, or at least I think I did, I'm going to be progressing the main quest pretty much all the way until the end right now, just because it's where the most epic stuff comes from, not to mention it progresses our character and we get lots and lots of experience and lots of gold from it. And on top of that, we'll see what ends up happening once we get to the end, but I'll talk about that a little bit more once we're closer to it. Do not forget though, folks, to like, share, favorite, and subscribe for more daily content. Sayonara and stay epic, everybody.